Hey, next level transformation talk is up. How y'all feeling? Hey, welcome back to yet another talk where we dive into inner transformation personally, professionally, and spiritually next level. I am Tiffany, your host, your life and wellness coach. Just saying. What's up? How y'all feeling? Listen, my hair is a mess, but we rocking with it today. I want to talk about this particular thing. I didn't realize this myself until Heavenly Father revealed it to me, and He revealed it in a way where I had to be present in it for me to understand it. And that He literally said, emotional intelligence is your real superpower. He was just like, you be mindful. And in the midst of that, it was me managing my own emotions, but also taking in consideration of others in that moment. That's how He was like, be mindful in that moment. Like I was having a conversation with somebody and I felt myself getting bothered, getting irritated. And then I also heard the tone in the other person's voice, and I had to manage mine in order to understand theirs. And He said, be mindful. Literally, that's what He said. And that's when I was doing some work on my coaching company, and one of the things that I do coach about is emotional intelligence. Because a lot of people, let me tell you something, a lot of people had their own theories about emotional intelligence, right? And it's fine. We all put together our own definitions. We put together our own thoughts on certain things. We spin it the way that it's feel comfortable for us. Keep it a buck. You know what I mean? But emotional intelligence is really something very difficult to adapt and very difficult to maintain on a regular basis. And the reason why it's difficult, because I want to tell you some of the key components of adapting emotional intelligence. Of course, self-awareness, self-regulation is definitely something that y'all got a lot of problems with. Just, being honest. But controlling your emotional responses and impulses, it's like you say you weren't bothered, but then in your responses, I could tell you very much bothered type situation. You are lacking the self-regulation. But also motivation, empathy is definitely another one, is when you have a sense of compassion and understanding for others, understanding and sharing the feelings of others. Empathy is just is not spiritually connected as people are trying to present it. It has spiritual alignment, right, for you to adapt it, but it's mainly emotionally driven. You have to gain a level of understanding of other feelings, of other people's feelings. But social skills, just to be honest, social skills is really something that's very much lacked, because a lot of us are enjoying isolation time. A lot of us is enjoying being to ourselves and not engaging with other people. And so our social skills are kind of lacking at this time. And so managing relationships effectively, my kids are home, digital day. So mid tip, you hear the background, I ain't gonna edit it out. It's what it is. I'm a parent too. Managing relationships effectively and building networks. We're all about building communities. I'm noticing with entrepreneurs, we're building communities, but we are not reaching our community in a way where we're developing connection. We're building communities for profit. And I understand the times that we are in. We are all trying to gain something. We're all trying to reach something. I get it. But this is why I want to talk about emotional intelligence. It's really a superpower, because you have to understand others and where they're currently at in order for you to thrive in personally, professionally, or spiritually, right? The actual definition of emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions, but as well as recognize and influence emotions of others. It's a two-way street. And so when people say they are emotionally intellect or intelligent or have adapted EQ, I said to myself, I was just like, where? Because I don't see it. I don't see it based upon the conversation, or based upon the way you move, the way based upon you dismiss what the other person is saying or expressing their feeling. You're dismissing it because you're so focused on selling. You're so focused on trying to connect the sale. You're so focused on trying to close the deal. You're so focused on getting in their pockets that you're not listening to the struggle. And this is something that coaches have to really, this is something you really have to adapt for sure as a coach, is emotional intelligence. If you lack this, then how can you effectively coach anybody? Because you have to gain a level of understanding. It's not just to hear and know others' feelings and emotions, but to understand them. And I have came across therapists, in networking. I have talked to certain therapists and they lack emotional intelligence. And I'm just like, how? This is like the driving force into your profession. How are you lacking this? And we don't realize how important it is to adapt emotional intelligence. It's not just for you to be knowledgeable of what it is, it's really for you to live it. It's your superpower, it's your driving tool, it's the key to you elevating personally, professionally, and spiritually. Because even when you're dabbling into spiritual relationships and connections, right? When you're building a community, trying to connect spiritually, you have to be very much understanding that this person may not be in the same position spiritually as you are. They may have some more work to do and more understanding to do, some more growth to do, and you are just bombarding them with a bunch of information. I noticed this with a lot of spiritual podcast channels. Like, it's all about dissecting. It's all about notes, knowledge, and critique when it comes to spiritual walk, spiritual awakening, spiritual realization. And you're not really understanding that the people that you're speaking to are on different spaces. They're at different paths on their spiritual journey. And so you have to gain a level of understanding with that. And I get it. Emotional intelligence is not for everybody, just like common sense. It ain't so common. You can try to teach it, preach it, explain it. Common sense and emotional intelligence are not as prominent in society as we would like it to be. Because if it was, we will have less chaos and more calmness, more community, more tranquility if we adapted both of those. Because emotional intelligence is definitely, the first part of it is understanding, not just yours, but the other person that you're maybe talking to. And when we are dealing with certain individuals that have not done the work, and we are healed ourselves, or we have done the work and we're engaging with other people who have done the work, we don't have a level of understanding for them. Nah, we throw shade, we throw like, we get upset, we get nasty with them, and we don't have a level of patience for them. We get frustrated. And that's how I know you're not adapting emotional intelligence, because you have to have a level of understanding of that person's emotions and that person's feelings at that time. Understand they're still broken. So they're going to speak like they're broken. They're going to move like they're broken. They're going to talk like they're broken. They're going to project like they're broken. And if you adapted emotional intelligence and you don't let that bother you, but a lot of times when you have done the inner work, right, and you engage with somebody who has not, you let their actions bother you. That tells me you have not adapted emotional intelligence, period. However you want to spill it, however you want to say it, my hair is just a hot mess, y'all. However you want to say it, you have not. And this particular talk is really to bring awareness, right? It's more of a self-reflection. You got to take a look at yourself and be like, I walk around saying I'm emotionally intelligent. I am very much aware of my own and can manage my own, but you're missing the second half of that. And it's to understand and to manage others. And it's not like you got to control their emotions, but you have to manage how you respond in order to manage theirs. Your response controls their reaction. That's what it means to manage their emotion. I know you feel like you got to do double work, but that's part of being emotionally intelligent. You're doing dual service. You're making the space safe, not just for yourself, but for the other person as well, even if they have not done the work. That's why I was just like, y'all really ain't really diving into that. Yeah, be honest, y'all really not diving into emotional intelligence as you guys say that you are, because you want to make it known that you have healed, that you have grown, that you have la 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 la. But you're not making it safe for those who are broken to come into your space. And it's been known and it's been said that I am not an approachable person. And granted, my face holds a different level and lives its own life. But that doesn't mean I don't provide a welcome and safe space for whoever's willing to engage. It's just you have to also, and if you feel that I'm unapproachable, that's because you yet have understood and gained understanding and was able to manage your own emotions. Because once you manage and understand your own, then you move without fear. And then you have a level of confidence within yourself. Whoever, doesn't even matter who you're approaching, who you are engaging with, then you have a level of confidence to know I'm here to discuss this and provide a safe space. And so let me be knowledgeable and manage and understand my emotions, but also provide a safe space for me to help them manage and understand their own. That's being emotionally intelligent. Message for somebody. I love you. I appreciate y'all. If you haven't already, check out the live that I did for CCC Live. This is my live segment that I do randomly. It's not on a set schedule. It's spiritually connected, spiritually aligned. And so I did a live yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And we dived into rumors and relationships. Check that out on the live section of this channel. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if this resonates. So don't forget to comment as well if you are enjoying the content. I appreciate y'all. Be a blessing. Yeah. Unto others, but know that you're blessed too.